hope it's too hot for some of you niggas. I hope y'all niggas burn up with the rest of them. I really do. We don't need you. Just get out and give thanks sometimes, man. Just get out and give thanks to what the Creator has bestowed upon you. Rejoice. This is the day that the Lord has made. It's right outside your door, people. Open your windows. Open the blinds. Just let some sun in, man. Simple. It's right out here for you. But if you rather go to the doctor, that's on you. But if you like me, the goal is to stay as far the fuck away from the doctor as we possibly can. That's the goal, people. I think it's sad that a lot of you older so-called conscious brothers stand up before the world and talk black power, cracker this, white man, the devil this, fuck that motherfucker this. And somebody asks you, well, where do you go when you get sick, brother? Y'all niggas running to the cracker full speed. That shit is a shame and it's a disgrace. Every time I hear y'all say that shit. Well, we still gotta go to the white man. I ain't finna. That's self-preservation. I heard one of you old heads say that. Y'all is just proof that wisdom does not come with age. But for your information, for any young brothers who might have been listening, any impressionable people who might have heard that, and for you, elder, with all due respect, self-preservation don't mean that you gotta run to the cracker for your medication in order to survive. Self-preservation means you preserve yourself. And you take care of yourself. That way you don't never have to go running to this cracker because you didn't know how to properly maintain yourself in the first place. That cracker has no responsibility to save or fix or repair you once you fucked yourself up. He has every right to continue your suffering for you, to help you, aid you in your death and destruction. And that's exactly what they do. Because it's not their responsibility to fix you. When you go into a hospital, all they have to offer you is hospitality. That's what the name says. That's what they call themselves. So if you went in there expecting anything more, you a fool. Learn how to read, like my brother said, man. So I don't need their hospitality. I'm from the South. I got enough of that. I'm nice to myself, so they don't have to be. So I just want to make sure that we say that for the record. Self-preservation don't mean you do whatever it takes. You take whatever pill is necessary, whatever the devil describes you. Learn the science of breath. Drink more water. Or eat more high water fruits and vegetables. There's another myth that I'll go ahead and dispel for you today. You don't need 8 glasses of water a day. If you ate more high water foods, then you wouldn't have to drink so much water. You drink water and become so dehydrated because you put these dry foods in you and they absorb the moisture in the water in your body. So just remember that you are 70% water, and the foods that you eat should contain mostly water themselves, just like you. And if they don't, then you're eating something that is not compatible with you as a water being.
Let me start by saying that I hate canned vegetables, and if that's what you're eating, I can see why you're not motivated to go vegan. If schools taught us how to eat wrong, how could we rely on anything else that they teach us? The reality is that everyone isn't going to be saved from miseducation. So my suggestion would be to connect with like-minded individuals to create an infrastructure that can positively guide people into the right direction. Nothing happens overnight, so patience is the key ingredient for our success. With discipline and determination, operations should be successful. Our most powerful weapon is our minds. A change is needed. Things are not right, and it is quite unrealistic to fight in this war alone. Our first approach is to help people to stop being their own worst enemies. If we can achieve that goal, the rest should easily fall into place. It's not going to be a piece of cake, but it is possible, so don't be discouraged by the seemingly unsurmountable obstacles, because it can and will be done. Whether you like it or not, knowingly or unknowingly, you are a part of somebody's movement. The question is that movement for the best interests of you, your people, and the planet? I guess it's rather easy to abandon the American struggle and move to Africa, only to be a warrior in a different struggle. Every individual has an obligation to decide what would be best for them. Many people lack the motivational insight that it takes to think outside of the box, so they...
The minister society has never been the boys in the hood, but it's the foods in the hood, what we digest, what we drink, including drugs. How can a 9-year-old child find a heroin man, but the FBI can't find him? Something's wrong with that.
Absolutely. Well, Brother Gregory, you've been on this path for a long time, you know, preaching health and living it. What is the problem with black leadership? It's almost as though they're not even...
Wait, let's back up. How can black leadership preach health when they don't know it themselves? Well, they like black leadership understand health and know what to eat. Black leadership don't slip out to the mountaintop and get organic food. They eat the same food that black folks are eating in the ghetto. So why would they when they don't know what they're saying? They got just as many pills in their cabinet. They go see just as many doctors. They might get a better quality of doctors. They got the same medicine. So it ain't like they know health. And if you look in the white community, the people that's talking health is not the ones that's selling automobiles or talking about this or talking about that. That's a different movement altogether. And so they're good at what they're good at.
Elaborate on the concept I've heard you espouse before called nutritional genocide, how it came to be, what it is, and what you intend on doing.
Slavery required an outside force, and genocide requires an outside stimulus to make it happen. So rather than let world opinion attack you anymore as it relates to white people is doing something to black people, they looked at the behavior and the habits of black people, and like Pavlov's dogs, you remember with that, condition respond? They knew that if they developed a mindset, black people would automatically do it. So black people argue that they want to eat pigtails and pig feet. No matter what the statistics say about their health, they don't even pay any attention to that. And so they conspire in their own assassination, which is what we coin nutritional genocide. You force a man to do what you know is not in his best interest by making him think that he's free and this is his own personal choice. So he makes a decision to eat 2 Big Macs a day and drink beer every day and smoke cigarettes every day. He ain't really convinced that that's hurting him because his minister told him everybody got to die. And you got to die from something. So he decided to die from smoking cigarettes, drinking whiskey, eating bad food. That was his choice of weapon. Nobody is telling black men they can live. Black men lead in 8 of the top 10 cancers. And nobody asks, well, how did that happen? Because black men don't think apples and oranges and grapes and grapefruits are food. So they never eat those things. I'm a steak and potato man. You understand? Or even some fish. So nobody's telling them nutrition is connected with their well-being. So nutritional genocide is just like the Willie Lynch. It was a well thought out plan of divide, conquer, and assassinate. So they don't have to sell you blankets with smallpox on it anymore. They just open up the what's the
Krusty Kreme donuts.
Right. So they just open that up, and you go in there and buy a bag of them, and then next door to that is the 15-cent hamburger. You buy another bag of that, and then next door to that is the liquor store, and you buy your 40 ounce. And they got you.
Uncle Ujah Seneb. Life, liberty, prosperity. Yet another decree stolen from you and me. The ancestors of the Nile Valley left us other messages too, like let food be your medicine, and let your medicine be food. Why is food and drugs under the same administration? They putting drugs in the food to keep money accumulating now. They like to call it additives and preservatives, slowly killing everybody that purchase it. Can you pronounce what's on the back of the label? Then that shit we need to keep off our dinner table now. The food is what's fueling these diseases, paying rich doctors all these medical fees, but they never cure you, they just keep you in need, cut you open for surgery and let your pockets bleed. See, we got away from what we used to eat. We forgot we were kidnapped and forced to eat meat. We ate from the earth, so we communicated with it. We cut the conversation, now check the situation. See, blacks the leaders in heart disease, cancer. We give them money like pills is the answer. Damn, I'd be wrong if I didn't pass the info. Hormones in the food got you thinking like a nympho. Wonder why all these young girls so thick, like a baseball player. Steroids is it. They got it in the vegetables, the fruit, the meat, and all the fast food they be selling in the street. It's a war going on, and our diet must reflect it. We all got the power, we just gotta direct it. Neglected never. Refer to the better nature that Hotep's the father of medicine.
Come on, son. Warning. Side effects may include bloating of the brain cells, activation of dormant DNA, third eye vision, and subsequent loss of religion. Propensities to use words like crack or small hat. Please consult the metaphysician before ingesting. Yeah.
Wow. You keep trusting the enemy with your well-being, black man, black woman. What is it you're not seeing? Deaf, dumb, blind, and sick, all the while slaving to keep them rich. Wake up and read the label.
Yeah. Tell that cracker keep them crumbs on his table. Check this.
All the doctors get a financial kickback. They diagnose you, prescribe this, prescribe that. Never once mention any side effect. The pharmaceutical company keeps sliding them checks. Yo, they falsifying tests so you'll believe you got the bug. Tax you monthly to keep you buying drugs. Try to pass natural remedies to your people in the slums. The FDA is suit up, come after you with guns. Medicinal mobsters, all about the funds. A country on drugs, keep the population dumb. We got the information, but what we gonna do? Die from mad cow or the avian flu? I try so hard to stay away from man-made. Wrong foods revert mentality back to slave. Fluoride in your water just to make you behave. Wrong food revert mentality back to slave. Black community filled up with stop, shop, and save. Wrong food revert mentality back to slave. We gotta grow our own food, agriculture's our trade. Wrong food revert mentality back to slave.
Wrong food will revert your mentality black to slave.
Are all myths and legends rooted in some fact? Is this true? Is cancer a natural cause? Is a heart attack a natural cause? Is a stroke a natural cause? What's a fucking natural cause of death? There is no such thing. You wear down your body and your organs, and then they give out. And if they just happen to give out in your sleep, then they gave out in your sleep. Just because you didn't collapse and do the Fred Sanford. Oh, I'm coming. I don't mean that you died from natural causes. Why do you think you need to eat every day? Are you addicted to food? Are you a junkie?